It's Wednesday, July 21st, and you're watching the July 22nd. Oh my God. And you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host today, Jay Scoover, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Mike Bennett, working his way behind the board. Starting off the show very strong, getting the date wrong, but it's okay. We got a great show for you today. Regardless, coming up, we got 3M Open with a lot of people have been requesting this name. He's been on the channel before, but not specifically on this show. I cannot wait to talk to him. I cannot wait to break down the 3M Open with him here. We got Golden Pants coming on, co-host of the Risk Takers podcast. Very, very sharp mind. Very, very smart golfer. If you've seen the good golfer and smart golf better. If you've seen the extravaganzas, you know he has a very good ability to break down the game here and talk through a bunch of bets. So Golden Pants is going to be freaking awesome. Cannot wait to have him on the show. Appreciate him coming on. After that, we got the professor himself, Professor Bortolussi. I think that's his full name. No, we got Bortolussi coming on, breaking down some MLB and NHL futures. Plus, we're going to go into the entertainment markets. We absolutely love the entertainment market futures. So we're going to be breaking all that down here today. And maybe I'll get his opinion. I know he's not a big NBA guy, but maybe get his opinion on where LeBron finally ends up, because we talked about it being the show yesterday. There was $180 million being traded on some spots, even more out there. We're up to $109 million, almost $200 million of money exchanging on where LeBron is going to end up next, which is utterly insane. Utterly insane. And we got a recent development yesterday. Cleveland Cavaliers shooting up the odds boards up to plus 150 over at FanDuel. But then, I don't know who works for the Miami social team. I don't know if they have outs, maybe somewhere where they can get down on some of these future markets. I have no idea what happened there. But somebody decided to release a fake video. I don't even know if it was a fake video or if it was a scheduled video. If it was supposed to be private, was it supposed to be public? But a LeBron James press conference scheduled for July 27th on the Miami Heat YouTube account. And since that happened, the Heat have been surging. And then it comes out, the Heat, they say, oh, this was a mistake. We're just preparing in case LeBron comes here. We have nothing for sure. In case LeBron. Oh my goodness. The amount of back and forth action that we've seen on this is utterly insane. If you could be getting great prices on other teams. You just got to fade the favorite, it feels like, because there's a new favorite every other day. And I'm going to take a look on FanDuel right now, because you can bet this stuff on FanDuel, depending on your state. But if you are in Ontario, you can definitely be betting this stuff. Minus 125 right now for him to go to the Miami Heat. I still think maybe it's the Cavs. Maybe it's Golden State. I haven't seen. Maybe it's the Cavs. Maybe it's Golden State. Maybe it's the 76ers. 76ers plus 950 right now. Golden State plus 550. Cavs plus 240 and Heat minus 125. Was talking about it with a friend earlier today. I think he convinced me that it's going to be somewhere warm where he can golf. That's probably where LeBron ends up, and that makes sense for Miami. Charles in the chat saying, haven't seen a YouTube upload error this bad since Jason had control of the YouTube uploads for the Hammer. It wasn't that bad. Okay, maybe it was. Anyways, let's get into today's show. Before we do that, before we bring on Golden Pants, let's give a shout out to our friends over at FanDuel, because the Hammer Daily here is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Join the action. It's easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game. And if you're right, you'll be getting a profit boost to use your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home for home runs. There's tons of players who you can bet on today to hit a home run. If I were to be doing this, and I am going to be doing this later today, I simply find the player who is most likely to hit a home run today, use this free contest to click on that player, hope they hit a home run, and you get a free profit boost. It's just about picking a player, and if they hit a home run, they get a profit boost. It's all for free, and you get that profit boost for free if you're right about it. I would wait. I would be patient. I wouldn't be using your brain for this one. I would be looking at the odds and simply picking who's most likely. It's as easy as that. Jordan Alvarez plus 200. He seems pretty likely. Who else is there? James Wood is out there as well in the chat. Let's see what James Wood is at. James Wood plus 200 as well. Simply pick a player with the best odds to hit a home run, and you'll have a good chance at a free profit boost. Are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/forwardprogress to get started. That's FanDuel.com/forwardprogress to opt in for daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a home run. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. Must be 21 plus and present in select states for Kansas and affiliations Kansas are casino or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-375-050 Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-877-770-7867 in Louisiana. All right. Let's get into the show for today. I'm sure that was a little jarring for him because he's used to the Jeff Feinberg ad reads. Nope, we got clean ad reads here on the Hammer Daily. He's a sports bettor, trader, and one half of the Risk Taker podcast, who, by the way, if you're going to Bet Bash, make sure you sign up to their seminar because they are I believe they're opening up the last day of seminars. You're going to want to check that out live at Bet Bash. Golden Pants at Golden Pants 013. GP, how's it going?
Jason, what's up, man? Do you black out when you do that ad read? Like, are you conscious?
I enter an ethereal state. I go to a different plane of existence when I do it. And I actually do memorize it. And sometimes it's like a little party trick for me. When I'm at a bar with some friends, I'm like, guys, you want to see me? If we're watching a game, TSN sponsors, FanDuel sponsors TSN, the local sports network here in Toronto. And whenever they do the ad reads, I do it along with them. So it's my friends always find that a little bit funny and think I'm a little bit crazy when I do that. So, yeah.
Very, very good. Well, I was impressed. I was very impressed. And I'm glad somebody wants to talk 3M Open. I'm curious to know how your British Open went, though, if you did dabble.
Dabbled well because I'm not going to pretend like I originate my own golf bets here. I watched the extravaganza. Top Live, was it Herbert? I think that's his name. I don't even know what his first name is, but I forget who mentioned him. They shouted it out, and it was a big 20-1 hit for me. I think because of that, I had a good
Skyhook.
That was Skyhook. Yes.
Yes, because I remember I was like watching. I think he was right before me, and I was watching that. Yeah, that was a good one.
He absolutely crushed it. And again, like I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm doing here. Earlier in the year, all my golf origination, I use air quotes for those listening on air, was just betting, using whatever profit boost tokens they give you and just betting on Scotty. Didn't work out well for me, but I did that last year and it was fun. But maybe we can talk about
last year that worked a little better. I was actually I was doing some model recalibration, and there was basically Claude was like, this makes no sense. Like the top of the board wins too much. And I was like, well, how many of those are just Scotty? And Claude's like half. And I was like, I mean, it's just that's just kind of, he had a run. Let's not change the entire thing because you don't know who Scotty Scheffler is. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we have Scotty in the field this week. That's kind of shocking to me, honestly. This is the first time he's played this event. It's post major. It's kind of a weird move by Scotty. I don't know why he's playing here, but he's certainly favored.
Yeah, definitely favored. And we'll get around to that in just a second. Plus 260 for him to win the 3M Open. The next highest is Kurt Kitayama, Mav McNeely, and Matsuyama around the 25 to 30 to 1 range. Before we get into specific golfers, though, and outrights, which we're going to get to, don't worry, we got tons of bets for you guys in the chat. Maybe Charles saying Scotty's down bad. That's why he's here. Talk me through. I always like to sort of paint the picture before we get into a golf tournament here. Paint the picture of what golfer is rewarded at the 3M Open here on this course. What type of profile matches the winner? What's the fit here for a winner at this course?
Yeah, I think the most well-known aspect of this course is that there's a lot of water. So there's a lot of penalties off the tee. It's definitely going to reward some driving accuracy, but you still kind of have to push it down there. It's not exactly like the traditional driving accuracy courses, Harbor Town, even TPC River Highlands to a lesser extent. So there is some value to having some length here. And yeah, I think it's just your run of the mill tour course besides the water. It's gonna reward ball strikers a bit more than we saw at the Open. Like the links course is gonna be somewhat penal to good approach play. Like this is gonna be the opposite. Like the good approach players are gonna separate a little more. And yeah, the people who just don't take any penalties off the tee. But I think it's a great fit for Scotty. Like this is a really, Scotty is like the perfect profile for this. Somebody who hits it long and straight, who can approach it nicely and who wants to separate on approach. So I actually have Scotty at like much higher than Data Golf has him. And I think like when the numbers first came out, like I showed a little bit of value to Chris, but then that moved. So I think like there's probably some agreement there with some other bettors that Scotty's probably his fair is like 26.5 ish is what I have. So, but yeah, Scotty's the perfect example of a good player for this course. And that's like a cop out because it's Scotty, but it really is true. Like I would not have said Scotty was a good fit last week. Like this is a much better fit for him.
Yeah, much better course fit for him here. 26.5% is what you mentioned here. We'll convert that to the sportsbook normies here. That's around plus 277, currently plus 260 on FanDuel. So just below your fair. But hey, if you have a profit boost like me.
Yeah, or you need to parlay something with something you're trying to sneak past, it could be there.
It's always a good choice. One more thing I want to touch on before we get into the golfers themselves as well. How much are you trusting course history here? Kitayama, who's towards the top of the board here at 25-1. Funny to say, close to the top of the board, 25-1. Yeah. Anyways, is one of the has done really well in his 2 career starts here. He has the most strokes gained of anyone in this field at this course. Are you relying a lot on course history here?
I didn't know that. So, I mean, I know that he's done well here, but I did not know that he has the most strokes gained over the last 2 years. Yeah, course history. I'd say like I don't do as much course history as I do course fit. Like that's broadly my approach. So I think I care less about course history than the market. Certainly than like a lot of the media around golf, but I care a lot about course fit. And the whole goal is like try and like understand what an actual golf course is and assign traits and then compare it across other courses and stuff. So yeah, my course history, I have it. We always have a course history knob, but it's pretty minimal. So I like to, I'm happy with betting something like Scotty hasn't played here. I don't really care too much about that, but yeah, I downplay course history. I'd say, I think that's across the board pretty true for a lot of people I talk to about golf who bet it seriously too.
I'll leave it up to me to find the piece of information that is not useful and sharing it with you and hearing your thoughts on it. Let's talk about some outright markets here. You mentioned you like Scheffler at around plus 277, currently plus 260 to win the 3M Open on FanDuel. How are you approaching the outright market when there is such a discrepancy between the guy at the top of the board versus everyone else? Does that make things easier, harder? Talk me through that.
It makes things a lot harder when you are high on that guy because that means you're basically like nobody else can almost show value. Like one guy, and we'll get into him in a bit for some other stuff that we like more than market is Tom Kim. We make him the second best golfer in the field, or like the second highest win probability this week. I think market and data golf make him like the 4th or 5th. Yeah. But even with that, we don't make him value at the FanDuel number. It's very, very close, like right on the edge. So when that's happening, like when a guy that you're high on compared to market, you still can't really find value. It just kind of makes you look elsewhere. And there's plenty of other spots to bet that Scotty doesn't influence as much.
All right.
Like I'll go top 5 is going to be less influenced by Scotty.
Yep. I mean, he's minus 160 for him to place in the top 5, Scotty Scheffler. So it's almost like he's penciled in, but everyone else, it's up in the air. Tom Kim right now, plus 550 to be placed in the top 5 over there. Anyone, just before we move on to top 5, top 10, top 20 markets, anyone you're looking at towards the back of the boards? And just give us a name, a shout, and like the crazy 100 to 1 range.
Okay,
Doesn't got to be a guy who maybe you're showing value on, but maybe could be a guy who just a guy who like your model's loving and just name is popping. Might not be showing value, but like it's a guy to keep an eye on throughout the day or throughout the weekend.
Let's see. I'm going to say I'm going to go Rico Hoey. Any of the place markets. I think you can take him. This has been a downfall of mine, is betting Rico Hoey, but this is a total punt, like 3.5%. We make him 3.7 to top 5%. So I don't know what the value is there, but I think he's higher variance than most golfers. Just because his putting sucks so much, but like it's his ball striking upside is there, and it should be a good course for him. So like if I'm thinking of like taking a punt on a guy in the top to win or top 5, like his short games, I want somebody who has a shit short game, basically, like as funny as that sounds. So like Rico certainly is the pinnacle of that build. So if we're looking for a huge punt like Rico Hoey, I'd say you can take a gamble on.
All right, I love it. Richard Hoey, as the sportsbooks have him listed, is
really?
Yeah, they have him as Richard, not Rico.
Wow.
I know on the tour they have him as Rico though, but yeah, Richard Hoey is the unless there's another Hoey named. I couldn't find a Rico Hoey. I could only find a Richard Hoey. But
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But yes,
from you. I'm learning a lot from you.
That's crazy. Don't clip that. 100 to 1 right now on FanDuel to win outright. 16 to 1 in the top 5. You mentioned his top 5 fair. Is that included ties?
That's not ties.
Okay.
So I can give some like non-ties out. Like we like Tom Kim at, I think his top 5 is plus 700. No ties, right? Yeah, we like that as value.
Plus 550 with ties. I like to mention the with ties market on FanDuel as well. Okay. Yeah, Hoey 16 to 1 with ties. Talk me through, you mentioned a guy with a wide distribution in Rico Hoey. Anyone else you're looking at with this wide distribution to place in, like, maybe not to win, but to place in the top 5, top 10, top 20, or even top 5, top 10, or top 20?
I'll give a shout to a fellow Canadian, Corey Connors.
Okay.
I like Connors here for a lot of the same reasons that I would like somebody like Tom Kim. They're very similar golfers. Hit it straight. Tom Kim's maybe a slightly better putter, but yeah, I think this is a good spot for Corey to do well, because he's somebody who avoids trouble very well. Like his penalty rate's pretty low. Hits driver super straight and kind of long. Like he's not short. He's definitely longer than Tom Kim. So he's like a bad version of Scotty Scheffler. So like any place that you think like Scotty's a good fit, Corey's probably also a good fit. So, and he has that high variance game where his putting is a weakness. It's a weakness. I don't want to hide it just because I'm on a Canadian show here. It's not great, but at the same time, like he's capable of having a good putting week, and like his ball striking is quite good. So this is a spot where I could see Corey doing quite well.
Yeah, Corey Connors plus 900, top 5 without ties, plus 700 with ties.
Hey, plus 900 without ties. We like that. That's value.
All right.
To our number, so you can take that. It's not a ton of value, but with the added variance that I think might present itself here, that could be even slightly better. So
with a guy like Corey Connors, for example, if you like him at top 5, does that mean you're also going to like him at top 10 at plus 430? Does that mean you also like him at top 20 at plus, where is he? Just trying to find him here in a second, at plus 210. Does it sort of trickle its way down?
Yeah, we actually like all those numbers. It depends if it trickles its way down. Like for some people, like the rate is a little different for each of those, because top 5 is more susceptible to, you know, what your distribution is.
Mhm.
Top 20 is more susceptible to your median. But, and then also sometimes you'll see like just books have weird pricing. Like I've always found you'll just sometimes see like, oh, this guy's like the way they set a top 5 or a top 10 or a top 20. I think they do some rounding. So it
Mm.
always ends up like one of the numbers is like kind of better.
Okay.
If you're just like, you know, if you think of it like a derivative
Mhm.
of like of like an NFL side, like sometimes a book will just be like wrong on like the first quarter or
Mhm.
something. And it's like they're just gonna have a slightly better price there. And for whatever reason, I think a lot of it is like rounding and you
Mhm.
can only use certain numbers. So like something will shake out. So a lot of times we're finding one that shows more value just because of the sportsbook prices and then also because of the underlying like mechanic of what makes it a good or a bad bet, which would be like the player's distribution.
All right, that makes perfect sense here. Again, like I mentioned, those Corey Connors prices are without ties. Yeah, you seem to be liking the without ties market. I'm scared, and I always bet the with ties market.
You
Even
with
when people
ties?
tell me,
Well, the
people
thing
tell me
is
not
like
to.
no, the I my like main sheet where I spit
Mhm.
out like the simulation runs just is very simple. Like to win top 5, top 10, top 20, make cut round 1 leader.
Mhm.
And that's just to like, and it's all without ties because
Mhm.
that's the most common. That was the most common market, at least for a while. And the prediction markets have dead heat too.
Yep.
So, you know, you have, you know, whatever. This is just how I see it. Like,
Mhm.
I don't always, have that on my like first output, but it's in the model somewhere. But I
Yeah,
just next time, Jason, I'll get you the with ties numbers.
I
I
appreciate
didn't
it.
know that was show protocol.
No show protocol here. We love to adapt and move things on the fly. Listen, I like to have my tail tucked between my legs. I don't like losing a bet, like looking at it
It's
and losing a
annoying.
bet because yeah, it's
Just
frustrating to
getting
see.
like dead heat. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh, this guy, like my guy got fifth, yet I'm getting like less money than I bet. That's
it's,
fucking
it,
freaking annoying.
you
I
can
don't know the
hey,
rules.
free reign to
Oh,
swear
okay.
as well. No protocols here. No protocols here. You're ready to fire.
Fair
You
enough.
mentioned a couple other things there. Make cut, miscut. I guess make cut is miscut and. First round leader. I actually rarely talk first round leader because Jeff usually comes on and he hates talking first round leader. Anything you like in
Well,
terms of first round leader there?
actually, I went through this. I basically like nothing in
Okay.
first round leader.
Okay.
So I guess Jeff has like a good inherent read on that. We'll see more first round leader, I think, like when we have a big weather opinion.
Okay.
But for this week, it's kind of it's a pretty heavily juiced market.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I went through like most of the people who had like an outside shot, and we weren't showing value on any of them, sadly.
All right. Is there anyone you're taking a little bit of a long shot here to make or miss the cut? Any names you like in particular on the cut board?
I didn't see FanDuel's
They're
make cut.
they haven't listed markets. I'm assuming they're going to list
Okay.
markets here in a minute, which is why I want to touch on it. But yeah.
Okay. Um, well, I don't think there'll be a Scotty one, but if
Mhm.
people are curious, we make Scotty 96.8% to make a cut. So
Okay.
you can do with that what you wish. I think guys that I'm just higher on, I would probably, you know, the same guys. Maybe McNeely, like miscut.
Mm.
That's one thing is like we make McNeely 78.5% to make the cut. We're low on him. Like, you know, it might be wrong, but we're definitely low on him compared to data golf and to a lesser extent the market. I think the market sits somewhere between us and data golf. But yeah, if I had to guess as to somebody who I'd show miscut value on, like maybe McNeely,
And
you can write down that make cut number and, you know, one minus that is his miscut.
exactly.
Um, and yeah, maybe
Mm.
Jake Knapp, like we make him 70% to make cut, but I'm not like, I don't know. He makes me a little nervous. Like he's been battling injuries. Um, his play is kind of deteriorated. He's coming off like a decent layoff. I don't know. You know, something like that.
Mm.
If you want to take a like a flyer on Jake Knapp to miss the cut. I think it's well within the realm of possibility.
All right, I did some napkin math here, and it's Knapp miscut plus 233 would be your fair, and McNeely miscut
Okay.
365 is your fair. For just I did the 1 minus, and
There we go. Thank
I
you.
wanted to work in a Knapp pun. I don't think it was that good. Anyways,
Well, I mean, I completely missed it, but that's I think that's a reflection on me because that's solid, Jason.
You're giving me
you got to put the good work in, and the guests that actually know ball and no jokes will hear that, and they'll fall off their chair laughing.
Okay. I don't think anyone laughed. I'm like 0 for 2 on puns over the last 2 shows here. Let's flip over and talk some matchups. Any golfer in particular you're looking to fade in matchups? Anyone you're looking to back? Obviously, the guys you liked here, I'm assuming you're looking to fade McNeely or Knapp, and you're obviously looking to back like Connors, Kim, Scotty. Any specific 72-hole match bet you're looking at on FanDuel?
Yeah, this is my favorite bet. If I had to pick one bet, it would be Tom Kim minus 125 versus Keith Mitchell. I just make Kim like a significantly better player than Mitchell. And yeah, I mean, they're very different in my model. Like I have Kim as the second best player here, and I have Mitchell as the 8th. So yeah, anyway, I don't know exactly what I make that because it's not on my sheet, but I make it at a minimum. I think I make that like minus 150 based on the numbers. Yeah, I'm just high on Kim.
Yeah.
And Mitchell, Mitchell is a good driver. But I do worry a little bit. Like, I don't know if he's not as like long and straight as a Scotty. He can get a little squirrely off the tee, and he doesn't really have the rest of his game to make up for it. So, where like Scotty is going to be, I think, fine. Mitchell has the ability to like kind of blow up here in my opinion. But just like numbers based, like I make that a very healthy favorite as far as like a Wednesday matchup goes.
Yep. Kim versus Mitchell minus 125 there. I'm just going to rattle off a couple others because again, you mentioned not too high on Knapp, not too high on McNeely. You can get Jackson Koivin plus 100 versus McNeely, and Hideki Matsuyama minus 125 versus.
I like versus Knapp.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I like Matsuyama versus Knapp.
You know what? I'm looking at the wrong market for Matsuyama. Give me a second for Knapp. I don't think Knapp is listed in. He's versus Doug Gim. My apologies. Doug Gim versus Jake Knapp minus 138. Gim.
Yeah, I
don't like that.
Don't like that, but I do. That's interesting. I think that should kind of tell you a lot about Jake Knapp this week. Also the Koivin McNeely, we make McNeely a better player than Koivin there. So like that's not something I'd be taking, but like Koivin is, if you want to talk about somebody who's like high variance for different reasons, like Koivin is the person to watch at this tournament. Like we all know what Scheffler is. Koivin had the best amateur career, I think, basically ever, or at least in the after Tiger era. And there's really like no ceiling for him right now. And we don't really know a lot about his like professional career, right? We have some amateur rounds for him, but like, how is he going to fare on tour? He's done well when he's played as an am. He could just be like already, like I make him the 9th best player in the field, or no, eighth best player in the field. And he's one behind Mitchell. I missed a row. So Scheffler is actually 1. Okay. I make Koivin the 8th, Mitchell the 7th best player, but that's crazy. That's a guy who's been pro for a month, and like he could be significantly better than that, but we just don't have like because his range of true skill with the small number of tournaments we've seen from him is much wider than it is for somebody we've seen like 5 years of data on. So like Koivu could be like the second best player in this field right now. We just wouldn't know it. Or he could be like the 20th. But you know, if you're talking about somebody who's high variance, like Koivu's definitely high variance, but the market understands that.
Yeah, they have him at 35-1.
Yeah, which we don't think is value, but like there's certainly like a world where that's value, but we just don't know that.
Yeah, like the 8th, like Jackson Koivu is 8th on the board right now, and the like 12th golfer Connors is 40-1. Koivu's 35-1. So it's like all mush there in that like 8 to 12 range. And I wonder maybe if you'd be seeing value on this if Scotty is in there. Speaking of this, do you ever create a price on a without Scotty market? Because I know that books offer without Scotty, and I assume there's just more vague in that, and you're maybe just better off taking the outright there. But do you ever like look at the without Scotty market?
We started like including it in the sim last year. I don't print it out anymore because you know I don't really use it. But like, yeah, there was a time actually. There's a good like without Scotty price on Bryson at the PGA Championship last year. I think I don't know if you remember that, but like I think it was on DraftKings or whatever, and they were just like hung a bad Bryson number and they mirrored his price in the with Scotty market. Ooh. And he tied second. So it was great. That was the best without Scotty moment. But yeah, I mean, this is a field where it's probably there could be some value in there. I just didn't run any Scotty, but like this is the exact type of event where I would probably take a look at it because we make Scotty a little bit better than at least what data golf is. So there's potentially unlocks some value.
Yeah, a lot of opinions here, then a lot of actionable information for the people at home. GP, 3 more questions before you head out here. You're going to defer to the chat for 2 of them. TQ is asking about Sam Stevens, your opinion on him this week.
Stevens make 1% to win. I don't really have too much of an opinion on him as like beyond that, but you know, Stevens is somebody that we will go through spurts of of betting on a lot and then kind of spurts of just never touching him. So I feel like he's been a guy who's knocked on the door and just shown some good flashes. I know he did well at Torrey 2 years ago, but yeah, beyond that, like we make him 1%. There's probably some value. I don't know. What is he on FanDuel?
Outright 55-1. But again, we have we have profit boosts here. So if again you could get to that fair price of yours if you just slap on a little bit of a profit boost there, you just kind of pick your poison on which ones you want to take.
Yeah. Yeah, 55-1. That's pretty high. Yeah. I'm kind of shocked by that.
Someone out there likes him, maybe.
Someone likes him. Maybe get Rufus on. I don't know.
No. We appreciate you coming on here, GP. You're the official resident golf expert here on the show, and we appreciate you coming on here and filling time. Before you head out, 2 quick ones. Number 1, I've been asking a lot of people coming on talking golf just about the DP World Tour with the expanded field now, with more live golfers coming into the fold. Is that something you're going to start modeling and making for, or are you just kind of going to not pay as much attention because there's not as much data out there for it?
Yeah, I actually just had to restart our data gathering, like DP World Tour stuff. I kind of hit pause on it, or just out of laziness, like last year. But yeah, the DP World Tour can be really good when Live folds, which I assume will be next year. I think Reed will be back on the PGA Tour, but guys like Rahm, Hatton, like I'm not sure what's going to happen with them, and they might end up playing DP World Tour. That's going to draw more eyeballs. It's going to make it more interesting. And yeah, I think next year we'll have more of a focus on the DP World Tour. I mean, Live really hit the DP World Tour hard. It took like the entire top of the DP World Tour field out and made it like the middle of the Live field. So I think you'll see a renewed interest. I think the 2-tour system or 3-tour system, however they're going to do it, is the right system, and that's just about all you can support. But what it will do is I think you'll see the DP World Tour whatever like the PGA A Tour, PGA B Tour are, like all have a solid betting like a solid betting market around it, which will be nice.
Yeah. All right. That's good to hear. And maybe something for people who are just getting into golf to maybe look at and focus on, because there might be some opportunities out there. Last thing I ask every time you come on the shows, handicap
Came
update.
on too soon.
Oh,
no. It's still the 1.7. I played once. I had not a good round. I shot I shot 85. Just gonna throw it out there, and
not good apparently.
Got to be honest. Got to be honest with it. So yeah, we're a little bit back to the drawing board, but my my confidence level of hitting the 0.0, I'm like, as long as I'm not working an insane amount, I still feel pretty confident.
All right.
So,
all right. I believe you'll get that 0.0, and we'll see you on the course on the tour one day. Golden Pants, appreciate you joining the show. You can follow him on Twitter at goldenpants013. GP, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Of course. Thanks, Jason.
Great stuff there. Later. Great stuff there from GP as always. We'll get him on again soon. Just a quick recap. Obviously, like Scotty in that plus 260 outright. Tom Kim as well. Connor's in the top 5, top 10, top 20 markets without tie. Same with Richard Hoey or Rico Hoey for those watching. McNeely and Knapp to miss cuts. Roughly around plus 365 for him, plus 233 for his fares when those are posted on FanDuel. Tom Kim minus 125 versus Keith Mitchell is the mortal mega max whale that he mentioned. Just kidding. But yeah, no, he likes that a lot. His favorite one. He has Kim roughly around minus 150 there versus Mitchell. Also, keep your eye on Koivu, 21 years old. Could be a lot of fun. Shout out to GP coming on the show. And I think we deserve a like for that if we can smash the like button. I think that deserves a like. What a great breakdown from our friend GP, and make sure you follow him on Twitter as well. Before we get into our next guest here, got to quickly promote and shout out our friends over at Forward Progress, because they got a new video dropping today. Rob Pizzola, G-Stack George, they're doing a Q&A. We asked, you asked, we answered, giving a Q&A for all your questions heading into the NFL season. Couple questions George sent to me. There's some good ones here, and my favorite one by far is, what websites and tools NFL bettors are using to help with their NFL betting process? Some actionable info for those guys who are relatively new to the NFL or want to dig a little bit deeper on some data-related things. They got some great answers in there for you. Plus, obviously, week 1 bets, volatility in market, which teams have a wide range of outcomes. Tons of questions in there, and we'll probably be doing another Q&A. So if you watch that video and you have any more questions that weren't answered, drop a question in that comment section. Video drops today, 3 p.m. Eastern time on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. All right. Let's get into our next guest here. Resident futures expert, I think we'll call him. The professor. Guy who loves GSP as much as he loves GRP. The professor himself, Bo Bortolussi, at English Math PhD on Twitter. Bo, how's it going?
Hello, Cooper. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Cooper, may I share a recurring dream I've been having?
Sure. Go ahead.
As distinguished from a vision, which is the mind revealing itself to itself, fresh and clear as a mountain stream. No, this was a dream, the sorting and cataloging of the day's events by the subconscious. In my dream, I can't tell if it's Chiefs Patty or Texas Tech Patty. It might be Pro Bowl Patty for all I know, or high school Patty. I don't know. I just know it's Patty and the boys putting up 6. I've been having that dream again, and it's because I've been multi-maxing Travis Kelce over 674.5 yards, minus 114 at FanDuel. What do you think about that one?
I like it. I like it. I will say that was going to be one of the questions that we talked about here on the show. 36 years old and you're Mortar Mega maxing whale, max 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 units. That's a joke. But yeah, responsibly smashing the over on the 675.5 for Kelce. Is it based on a dream? But the only thing I'm worried about here, you mentioned a dream with Patrick Mahomes, maybe Texas Tech. Are you looking towards Dylan Raiola? Could that be the head fake here?
No.
Okay.
No.
It is Travis Kelce. It is the over of 67 and 675 and a half receiving yards, minus 114. Talk me a little bit through why it is. Is it just the resurgence of Patrick Mahomes? We know he's going to be coming in a little bit injured, but might be perfectly fine to start the season. Is it the Rice risk, the Rashee Rice risk of like just absolute live to get a suspension at any point throughout the year? Talk me through what it is specifically outside of just the vision.
He's durable. He's going to show up for 15 to 17 games, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 44 yards a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just way too low.
Yeah.
When I model it out, I think I have it at him at 828.
All right, 828. I mean, like that's around where he's been over the last years. Obviously, you don't want to just look at the last couple of years. He's aging. He could be fitting that aging curve, but he's someone who can easily break the type of elite athlete to break an aging curve there at 675 and a half. I will say, when you said it to me, I looked at it and I'm like, damn, this is pretty low for Travis Kelce.
He's not coming back to go under.
Yeah.
Why would he come back to go under? The goal is to go over.
Exactly. I love the handicap here, and it could also just be like you said, like he's not coming back just to putz around. They're going to try and win another championship here. Going to be a focal point of this offense, especially again if Rashee Rice misses any games, whether it be to injury or suspension, he's the guy who fits that role the best, the safety blanket for Mahomes, who's coming off an injury and probably doesn't want to get injured again.
What do you think about the 1,000+ yards plus 500?
I love that even more. I love climbing that ladder and going as high as possible on this stuff. You're convincing me to draft Travis Kelce at an insane discount in all of my fantasy leagues.
All right, let's release that 1,000+ to the public as well.
All right, 1,000+.
That's two for them at FanDuel.
All right, 1,000+ on FanDuel.
And you can do a bit better on the yards elsewhere, but we're not going to mention it by name.
And that's
but
why
if you look.
That's why we appreciate you coming on the show, being a hashtag company man.
Yeah, there is as low as 650 and a half.
Okay. Damn. 675 and a half is the number at FanDuel, though. We're going towards the over, minus 114. Maybe that's what you pair with Scotty Scheffler to win the 3M Open. A couple other things I want to rattle off here if you're good to get off the Travis Kelce stuff. Quickly, Charles Saul in the chat saying, get this fly away from here. What the hell's going on? Quickly, Charles Saul in the chat is saying, Bo, the head fake is Texas Tech. Texas Tech equals oil. It's a Connor, Andrew McDavid, and Frederick Anderson dream. Maybe it could be that, and we'll talk about hockey in just a second. But I wanted to lead with something else. You came on here. You wanted to talk Kelce. It was in your dreams. You not only you'll not only model NFL, you not only model NHL, MLB, you're also out here modeling the Oscars, it seems like. You shared a bet with me. The Odyssey to have the most Oscar nominations, minus 150, which is available right now on FanDuel. Talk me through the origination of that. Talk me through if you've seen the movie, and talk me through the format you saw it in.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have tickets for Wednesday at Vaughn. What's the Vaughn theater called? Colossus?
Colossus.
Is it Colossus Vaughn? Colossus Vaughn, yeah. 70 millimeter IMAX at Colossus Vaughn. So one of the advantages of being here around in this area.
Yeah. There's two in the Greater Toronto area that you can watch. There's none in the city, in the downtown core of Toronto. But I will say, for those of you out there who want to watch in the correct aspect ratio, make sure you watch either IMAX 70 millimeter or IMAX laser projection. Laser projection is slightly different than 70 millimeter. It's just not shown on the roll of film. It's shown it's shown digitally, but it holds up the aspect ratio, which is what we care about the most here.
Definitely. Is that what's called Dolby, or is that something different?
No, Dolby is sound. Ultra AVX is also sound related. Do not go to Dolby AVX. You want IMAX 70 millimeter or IMAX laser projection. Make sure it's one of those two. There's Dolby AVX laser projection. We don't want that. We want the 1.43 by 1 aspect.
Is that what they're calling LIMAX? I've seen the term LIMAX. Okay, that's LIMAX.
That is LIMAX. It's fake. You want the 1.43 to 1 aspect ratio. That's the best way to consume it. But you like it at minus 150. Talk me through the Odyssey to have the most Oscar nominations. What about it? It's just such a surreal film.
All I have to do is take one look at that line, and you know it's way too low.
Mm.
What's going to beat it? Dune?
Maybe.
I doubt it though.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It's a great bet. Just max it.
I think so too. Christopher Nolan, stud of a director, great visual effects or great practical effects, which maybe that's where they get hurt. No visual effects. Ludwig Göransson doing the score. Apparently he crushed it. He's been great. Best actor, best supporting, best actress, best supporting. There's tons of options and outs out there.
It's gonna put up like 14 plus.
All right, I like it. 14 plus there.
That's gonna be a tough number to catch.
There we go. Are you a Nolan stan? Do you have a list of your favorite Nolan movies?
I do.
Top three?
Top three. I'll give it to you in some order. I don't know the exact order, but I'll go Dark Knight, Prestige, maybe Dunkirk.
Oh, no Inception, no Interstellar.
I don't think so.
Really? I love the Prestige.
Dunkirk is just excellent.
Okay, maybe I got to rewatch Dunkirk.
Definitely. Did you see it in IMAX?
I did not see it in IMAX. Oh wait, Oppenheimer might be his best movie though.
Not in my top three.
Did you see it in IMAX?
Yeah, but I've only seen it once.
Oh,
I do need
it's
to watch
so
it again.
good. I watched it in 70 millimeter as well in IMAX. It was incredible. The some of the scenes with the explosions and like the. Anyways, this is a sports show. We're getting off topic, but I can gush about Christopher Nolan all day. George saying Dunkirk is one of his worst. I will say that's not even like a hate towards Dunkirk because has Nolan ever really made a bad movie? Like,
I don't know. What's his least good?
I'm trying to think. I know he put the only one I haven't seen is
Following, I guess.
Maybe
The Following.
Maybe The Following. Maybe Insomnia. Dark Knight Rises or Batman Begins maybe one of the worst. But he crushed The Dark Knight, so you give him leeway for that. Memento was great. Inception was great. I love Tenet. A lot of people hate Tenet. George saying Tenet without a doubt the worst. I feel like that's one of the movies where you watch multiple times and you really appreciate it.
I actually haven't even seen Tenet. It's the only one I haven't seen.
Right. We're hanging up the phone right now. We're moving on. Then what the hell is going on? You haven't seen Tenet?
All right. No more movie talk.
Okay. Sorry. That's crazy. No, Tenet is crazy. Tenet is one of his best films in terms of just storytelling. I thought it was. I understand it was confusing, but I thought it was incredible. Inception, Interstellar, and Oppenheimer are my top three for Nolan. Flip over. Let's talk AL MVP and AL Cy Young. Let's start with the MVP. We've seen Jordan jump ahead quite a bit here in the market, minus 285 on FanDuel. But there's two guys I see close to him, according to Fangraphs WAR, where they're relatively close in terms of WAR. Dylan Dingler, 40-1, and Caminero, 33. Or sorry, not Caminero. Bobby Witt, 33-1. Is this you want to talk AL MVP? Is this a Alvarez fade? Is this an Alvarez back at 285? Talk me through this.
No, definitely not a fade. I think he should be like minus 500.
Oh, okay.
Maybe more.
Okay.
Maybe minus 1,000. Unless he gets hurt for more than a month, he's simply going to win.
What's
and
the? Mm-hmm.
I don't think WAR even matters this year. With it's tight enough, and he's leading, or maybe he's a touch behind Bobby Witt in one of the two WARs. But Bobby Witt's going on the 10-day IL now. There's no appetite to give him the MVP with like an 810 OPS. And I think Bobby Witt has like a 134 WRC plus, and Jordan's like right at 200. Yeah, he's just a massive favorite.
Another guy to maybe potentially pair with Scotty at the 3M Open, like we talked about earlier today. Jordan minus 280 is a click on FanDuel. Let's flip over and talk AL Cy Young. 2-horse race. We talked about it yesterday. Dylan Cease, Cam Schlittler. Cease 135, Schlittler plus 125. I'm biased here. Cease is having the better season, but Schlittler's on the better team. Maybe that means it might go to
did you say Cease is having the better season?
Yes.
Based on what? I would love to hear this.
He's wearing a Blue Jays jersey.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in a... Well, I guess there's FIP. He does have a lower FIP.
There we go.
But ERA is king.
Okay.
And I know I know people get mad about certain people will get mad when you say ERA is king because FIP is a real stat. It's not like it's an expected, right? But it comes down to ERA. The only three things matter: innings pitched, ERA, and strikeouts. And that's why. Have you ever looked at Tom Tango's Cy Young model?
Never, but I'm going to pull it up right now.
But you know who that is? Tango Tiger?
I should, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, if you pull up FanGraphs Cy Young leaderboard.
We'll get it on screen in just a second here. Talk us through it.
I think it's predicted the top two in Cy Young like 9 of the last 10 years. And all it is innings pitched divided by 2 minus runs, and then you get 0.1 point per each strikeout. And then you add a point to the total if it's a win, but wins increasingly just do not matter. So it's probably more accurate if you subtract the wins. So Schlittler's getting a bit of a boost there because he's got 3 more wins. And you'll see Sonny Gray way at the top because he's like 12-1, but he just doesn't have the strikeouts. I would say Schlittler's should probably be like a 2-1 favorite.
Okay. Wow. And he's listed at 125 right now. He's clearly far and away in the CYP, which is Cy Young points on the FanGraphs right there.
And like, do you have handy what the Blue Jays record is right now?
No, but I know it's awful.
It's the games played I'm interested in. Is it 102?
They're 46 and 55, so 101.
101. So to be not that you have to be qualified to win the Cy Young, but all these, if you want to contend for Cy Young, you want to be at 162 innings. And like the day before Cease pitches, he keeps falling off that leaderboard. So if he throws in a couple 3-inning, 4.1, 4.2 inning, more of those and not as many of those 7-8 inning outings, he could be in danger of not even hitting that 162 mark. I don't think he can miss a single start.
Yeah.
Whereas Schlittler's he's gonna cruise into 180-ish.
Yeah, 123 innings pitched right now for Schlittler versus Cease 104 innings pitched for Cease.
The combo of the innings that he's already banked and the half-run lower ERA, Cease should be like, he should take up most of the non-Schlittler equity, but I think it should be like maybe Schlittler minus 175, Cease plus 300, and then whatever rest to the field. Most of it Sonny Gray now that Joe Ryan just completely ejected the other night.
Yeah, blew himself up there. I'm shaking my head. I'm bothered because I don't like backing any Yankees in any form of things, but money is green, and that's where my allegiances lie.
Back him.
All right, I'll be doing that. You can get Jordan paired with Schlittler plus 205 on that parlay available at FanDuel.
If we're parlaying awards, are we getting it? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, okay. Do we want to get into the next award?
What's Mizorowski? He went. He was like minus 800, and now that they've been managing his starts and innings
right
down to minus 240.
Yeah.
Why not just throw that in? Like I'm not betting it otherwise. But if we're parlaying, let's have some fun.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah, this is a great way to get, again, like we talked about 3M Open earlier with Scotty. If you want to sneak this stuff through and you think these are good prices, this is the way to go. Max wager for me from Pwn Some Noobs.
Like Mizorowski's just as ahead as Jordan. Maybe further ahead, but also Jordan, a bad week does nothing for Jordan, whereas Mizorowski could just give up 8 runs next outing, right? So definitely not as good as the Jordan leg, but if we're parlaying, why not do all 3?
Yeah, maybe do round robin as well, if that's what you're looking towards. Just, again, shouts of... It all depends on your risk tolerance and how much you want to tie up. These awards will grade in early or late September, I believe. So...
no.
No?
I believe like it's usually between like November 8th and
they don't
20th.
Release it during the playoffs?
After.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
At least the last 3 years.
Okay, just consider that when you're tying up some bankroll there. Yeah. Another one that we're talking about, which I'm more than happy to tie up my bankroll with. Let's move on to the prince that was promised to the hockey mecca in the north, Gavin McKenna. You wanted to talk a little bit about him. You're looking towards his player props, his point totals, though. There's some Gavin McKenna specials available on FanDuel. I know they're available in Ontario. Click around, see if they're available. If they're not available outside of Ontario, I apologize, but maybe the best way to play them is Rookie of the Year market. I'm looking at regular season points. McKenna to record 60-plus points, minus 105. For him to record 70-plus points, plus 500. That gap's not there. That is way too far. If he's gonna be minus 105 to hit 60, that plus 500 is really good, I think, on 70. Talk me through McKenna and why you wanted to talk about him, his season points.
Yeah, I like both of those. Is there also a 65 plus?
There is no 60. It's 50, 55 okay. Plus 60, 70.
Okay, there is a 65 plus 260 elsewhere.
Okay.
So I like all three.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not even good at modeling rookies really, but when I do model it over 84 games, and I have him playing 78 of those in my projections, I have him at 66 points.
Yep.
So right in the middle of that 60 to 70 band. And yeah, like he could easily go 10 under or 5 over. I think those are good prices.
Yep.
Where do you think he slots in the lineup, though?
So I was
like,
just about.
Is it Nyes or him on the top line?
I think it makes the most sense to have him on the top line. I think with how they've structured their team, Roslovic is likely going to be on the right side. McKenna plays left wing, so it seems like their bottom six is pretty much full, with the exception of Easton Cowan, who might be able to flick up and down in the lineup. But I don't think they would put McKenna in a spot in the bottom six here with like Bluger or Joshua or Sissons or Paul, or who knows? It could.
I don't think that's happening. I think it's just a matter of top line or second line.
Yeah, I think he's for sure going to be on the top line. I think Roslovic, Matthews, and McKenna is where he's going to end up. But the thing is to point out with this Leafs team, they've clearly created identities with their lines, and whatever line he's going to be on, it's going to get a ton of offensive zone starts. Is not going to be asked to play a lot in the defensive zone, so that helps him out a ton. He might not be power play one, but I think there's a case to be made that they might be splitting the power play and splitting the share of the power play between two units. We'll see if they do that, and if they do that, I think the McKenna bet is great. Like you said, if he's going to land on 60-plus points, I think the plus 500 at 70-plus points is also really, really good, because it's going to be a wide distribution, and it's going to be more heavily pushed towards those high-end tail outcomes, especially if he's playing with Austin Matthews. My question to you is, we had a Rort given out on the show around this time last year, maybe 10 months ago or 11 months ago, by Alex J. Moretto. It was for the Calder Trophy. It was for Demidov as a Rort. Are you willing to go out on a limb here and give McKenna as a Rort at plus 270 to win the Calder?
No, but I will give it out as bet.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good bet too.
Yeah, and there's as high as plus 350 out there. So,
as always, as we preach, shop around as always. Are you willing to say it's a Rort though?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see closer to the start of the season. Season starting a little bit earlier this year.
Have you seen these recent videos of Matthews?
Have you
seen how thin he looks?
I was gonna say, is that good thin or bad thin?
It's a GLP-1 thin, right?
Okay. I like that. It's maybe
you would think, right?
Yeah, maybe, or it's the sweat from the red light therapy. Something about it.
Oh yeah. Red light. I've been sitting in red light doing this segment.
Okay, there we go. And that's how you know that you got the brain flowing, you got the juices flowing. This is the exactly what we want to hear. You're maxing. You are brain maxing right now for us, and you're spoiling us with some of these wonderful futures. Everything Leafs this offseason, I think, is the good way to go. Alex in the chat saying everything under. I strongly disagree, and I want to take. Maybe I'll work this out behind the scenes, but I think I want head-to-head Leafs versus Habs regular season win total. I want head-to-head there.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it.
Yeah, we
That's
better get
usually
it.
that's usually a prop. I would think it would be like based on the point totals. What are Leafs like 95.5?
I'm
And
struggling to
Montreal
find.
90. There's like a 3 point difference.
Let me see if I can pull up the point total here.
The Leafs would probably be
Leafs.
like plus 120 head to head.
Okay, I like that. We get the better team at plus 120.
What about the 19 games from Montreal against a back-to-back opponent?
Oh, we're not going to talk about Gary and the schedule rigging for the younger team. That's a lot worse. Alex Moretto in the chat trying to give it to me at even money. Get out of here. I'm expecting at least plus 120 to plus 140 for this. That's a fair price. But we're looking everything Leafs, and I cannot wait to see you at the games, Bo.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there for that Montreal home opener.
Maybe we'll bring. Yeah, I'll be at the home opener too. We'll chat and we'll link up there for sure. Before you head out here as the closer, I want you to give me a tier list here. You're the professor of trading card knowledge. I need you to rank your top 5 cards you are buying heading into next season, whether it be NHL, NBA, NFL, or heck, MLB's happening right now. MLB. Twin Peaks trading cards. What are you looking at for your top 5 trading cards to buy this summer?
Well, this is not financial advice. I know we're supposed to say the betting is not financial advice, but so the cards are definitely not financial advice. But no sports for me.
Okay.
All pure Buffy. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy. I'm an accumulation. As a fan, like I don't expect the market to go up.
But you're looking at Buffy the Vampire.
Well, I'm just because I'm a fan. Yeah.
All right, I love it. Buffy Vampire
Twin Peaks
cards.
and Buffy. Twin Peaks, Buffy, X-Files.
Okay. Is there a grail you have? I know you have the Twin Peaks grail. Is there a grail for Buffy that you're looking for?
Ooh. No, not really, because they're all attainable. They're all pretty attainable.
Okay.
And they're not really numbered. There's no like 1-of-1 parallels or out of 5s.
I'm looking at the Sarah Michelle Gellar autograph. Buffy.
They're up 500 Canadian each. There's some good ones.
Okay.
There's patch autos. The patch only adds like $100.
Okay.
At that point, you might as well get the patch.
All right. Buffy. I don't even know where they would get the patch from. This is crazy stuff. But
what do you mean wardrobe?
I guess. I guess they
cut like if it's an episode that there's a club or something, it'll be whatever dress or whatever costume, whatever they get their hands on, they'll put it in a card.
I love it. So we're loading up on Buffy, we're loading up on Twin Peaks, and we're loading up on X-Files. No Angel in the chat. I'm wondering if that's Angel Reese or Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer from Abnormally Distributed.
Oh,
maybe.
I definitely collect Angel as well.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, both shows.
I love it. Bo, before you head out, if you had to pick one of your favorite, one of the bets you gave out today, which one's your favorite?
Let's see. The best mix of price and likelihood, biggest edge. We'll go Schlittler.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, Bo? And I do have the most money, most dollars of my own on that out of anything. And by far, not even close.
If
like
people
5 times anything else we talked about, more and more.
I love it.
Maybe 100 times more than some of those banned props.
Okay, I like it. And if people don't believe him, you can go follow him at English Math PhD, where he tends to max click some big sports books there. So there we go. Bo, appreciate you joining the show. Any final thoughts before you head out?
No final thoughts.
I love it. Send me a review of the Odyssey when you finish it. Bo, appreciate you. We'll chat soon.
Will do. Bye.
Great stuff there from Bo. As always, go follow him on Twitter at English Math PhD, one of the best in the business in terms of trading cards, in terms of sharing futures. He always comes up with these consensus with the pros out there. They're obviously a bit, but Bo's always sharing bets on Twitter, always sharing futures on Twitter. You should be checking out Bo's Twitter because it's just a good follow. Mix of funny, mix of entertainment, and a mix of great bets as well. Appreciate him joining the show. And appreciate you guys tuning in for the entire show today. Do us a favor, smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on audio forms, rate and review 5 stars. And we'll read out the reviews at some point, eventually. If I ever get around to it, I will eventually one day. Don't worry. But we want to see more reviews come in, so make sure you do that. Quick reminder, quick recap of what we liked on this show for today. Shout out to Golden Pants and Bo for coming on. GP loves the Scotty plus 260. Tom Kim 30-1. Tom outright. Tom Kim plus 700 top 5 with ties, plus 900 without ties. Sort of Tom Kim everywhere without ties in the top 5, 10, and 20 market. He also likes Rico Hoy on FanDuel, Richard Hoy in the no ties market. Top 5 plus 2,000 right now, 20-1. But you can take him top 5, top 10, top 20. Same thing with Corey Connors, top 5, top 10, top 20, plus 900, plus 430, plus 210, respectively. If we're going to look at some make and miss cut stuff here, I don't know if you want to fade Scotty, but to make the cut, he has him at 96.8. You can do the napkin math on that. McNeely to miss the cut, he likes that plus 3655. Not available at FanDuel right now, but keep your eye close because it should be up later. Knapp to miss the cut at plus 233 as well. And then the ultimate bet, his favorite bet of the show so far is for the show from GP was Tom Kim minus 125 versus Keith Mitchell. Also keep an eye on the kid Koivu. On the other side, we had Bo. Quick recap here. Odyssey, minus 150 to get the most Oscar nominations. Kelsey, we are smashing the over of 675.5 receiving yards and 1,000 plus receiving yards at plus 500. Jordan Alvarez, minus 280 is what we like in the AL MVP. Schlittler, as much as we hate the Yankees, we like him at plus 125 to win the Cy Young. That is the favorite bet from Bo. And then, of course, Gavin McKenna over everything on points. And if you don't have access to the points market, you can still bet him bet him to win Rookie of the Year, just not as good as a bet. I think the points market is where value lies. You can get that 70 plus points at plus 500, which I think is really, really good, even if he's not on the power play. And go stock up on your Twin Peaks cards. Go stock up on your Buffy the Vampire Slayer cards. Go stock up on your X-Files cards. I will say, if you like Twin Peaks, they got some banger trading cards. You're going to want to keep an eye out for that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, shout out to Bo, shout out to GP, shout out to Mike for keeping everything smooth behind the board. Shout out to you guys in the chat, Connor, Brad, TQ, everyone in the chat, Amber. You even saw Abnormally Dissed here. Maybe he comes on for a day. Hey, Abnormally Dissed, if you ever want to come on and talk wheel, talk F1, we're more than happy to do that. The invite goes out to you. We can do it on the phone like we do with Bo. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's it. That wraps up today's show. Reminder, Forward Progress, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Q&A if you want to go check that out. This has been the Wednesday, July 22nd edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.